And we welcome in two-time Super Bowl champ Bryant McFadden. B-Mac, we talked before this game about how big of an opportunity it was for Geno Smith. Drew Lock had to miss it because he got COVID. What do you have to say about Geno now?
I think he solidified the starting job tonight. He went into this game with a good situation in his favor with Drew Lock not participating and got another start. Granted, you didn't see a lot offensively, but when you look at Geno Smith, he made some pretty good throws. You saw some missed opportunities from his pass catchers, but he stood upright in the pocket, and I think he's done everything in his power to be able to be named the starting quarterback for Week 1. He didn't blow you away, but he didn't just throw it away either. He played smart football, and like I said, you saw some drops from his pass catchers, but looking at some of the passes he was able to complete, he did what he needed to do to try to earn this starting job, and I think he was able to solidify that tonight.
I guess the bar was kind of low on that one. Justin Fields, yes. He will be the Bears starter, barring injury, when the regular season begins. To that end, he did great. Just one series, and then get him out of there before something bad can happen. How do you think he actually looked in limited action?
Well, he looked pretty good. Let's keep it real. The offensive line, they're going to struggle. They struggled the first 2 preseason games so far. So the best recipe to see success from Justin Fields is to get him out of the pocket. Utilize the play action. They were able to do that. I like that first initial call, tight end screen to Cole Kmet. But you look at the offensive line, man, they had some issues in trying to protect him. There you see the pocket is collapsing instantly. He had to evade, get outside, try to make something happen. But he's at his best right here when he's able to utilize the play action, get out of the pocket, and hit the open pass catcher. That has to be the ideal game plan for them when it comes to throwing the football until their offensive line becomes a little more consistent. Because right now, seeing what they've been able to put on display in the first 2 preseason games, the offensive line, they have a lot of work to do, especially when you look at having a young quarterback behind them trying to protect them.
All right, give me one player who stood out in this game for you, good or bad, and why?
I think Travis Homer stood out to me for Seattle, and here's why. They had some issues at the running back position. Remember, Kenneth Walker will miss some time. We don't know exactly how much, but will he be ready by the start of the season? That's in question. Penny, the featured running back for Seattle, he's been dealing with injuries his entire professional career, so you need to have a reliable number 2 guy. And Homer looks to be that guy. He did some real good things tonight. He had over 40 yards total, averaged over 8 yards per pop. He ran with a physical mindset. He was able to make guys miss. And running the football is going to be a key ingredient for their offense throughout the year. When you look at Seattle and understanding they have some concerns at the quarterback position. So the best way to get the most out of whoever the quarterback is, Russ, is to run the football. And they better have a reliable number 2 in that position, because clearly Penny is a guy who's dealt with injuries, like I said, and not knowing the status of Kenneth Walker.
All right, right on. Preseason Week 2 continues with 3 games on the docket Friday night. Panthers, Patriots, Saints, Packers, Texans, Rams. What one storyline should we be looking out for Friday night?
Well, let's go to the Saints-Packers game. Remember, these 2 teams were able to have a few joint practices against each other, and Aaron Rodgers, he was not happy with the young wide receivers. For the very first time, we saw or heard he kind of missed Davante Adams. Didn't say it verbally, but they're missing Davante Adams. So my storyline is to watch and see which young wide receiver will emerge to be a consistent guy, a guy that Aaron Rodgers can rely on. We heard Randall Cobb had some things to say as well. So they had a private meeting offensively, and Aaron Rodgers verbally came out in the public and said he wasn't pleased basically with what he's seen so far from his pass catchers, the wide receivers, not running routes the right way, not coming down with passes that they should come down with. So that's the storyline. Remember, going into this season when Davante got traded away, that was one of the bigger questions in regards to the Green Bay Packers offense. Who will emerge to be the number 1 guy, right? Clearly, they still haven't figured that out yet, but let's see exactly what they have in store with Green Bay offensively with the young wide receivers. Who will emerge to be maybe a guy Aaron Rodgers can lean on once the season starts?
Yeah, and what happens with Aaron Rodgers the longer it takes for that guy to emerge could be pretty telling as well. 2-time Super Bowl champ Bryant McFadden, co-host of the All Things Covered podcast, and a man of great style and taste. Thank you very much, sir. Again, 3 games coming your way in the NFL on Friday night. Pats 3-point favorites at home against the Panthers. Same goes for the Packers against the Saints. Rams actually 2-point underdogs at home to the Texans, which kind of makes sense, though, when you know that Sean McVay simply doesn't play his starters in the preseason.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.